Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into another edition of That's What I Think with Brandon Swanson. I'm your fearless host, Brandon Swanson, and this week a little bit of a different setup, a little bit of a technical difficulty, but with my great producer, Ricky Widmer, he did an outstanding job of making sure that we got it up and running today. So, Ricky, thank you so much to you. But today's show, what is a catch in the NFL? Nobody knows. No one has any clue anymore. In this past weekend's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots had a moment that brought this all to light again. Jesse James, the tight end for the Steelers, makes a catch from Ben Roethlisberger over the middle at the goal line, crosses the plane, ball moves slightly, and they ruled a touchdown on the field. After further review, they come back and they say, it's no catch. Incomplete. Plays later, Ben Roethlisberger throws a game-ending interception in the end zone. And the Steelers go from looking like they're going to win the game to losing it in a matter of seconds. Unbelievable. And I'm not rooting for either team in this. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So let's talk about what a catch is by the NFL rules and standards. So I'm going to be looking down here a little bit to get everything completely succinct and right. So Article 3, completed or intercepted pass. 1, when the player secures control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the ball touching the ground. And 2, touches the ground in bounds with both feet or with any part of his body other than his hands. And 3, maintains control of the ball after A and B have both been met and fulfilled until he has the ball long enough to clearly become a runner. A player has the ball long enough to become a runner when after his second foot is on the ground, he's capable of avoiding or warding off impeding contact of an opponent, tucking the ball, turning upfield, or taking additional steps. And here's a note, and it's important. If a player has control of the ball, a slight movement of the ball will not be considered a loss of possession. Now, this is very important. If a player has control of the football, a slight movement of the ball, slight movement, will not be considered loss of possession. He must lose control of the ball, lose complete control of the ball in order to rule there has been a loss of possession. If the player loses the ball while simultaneously touching both feet or any part of his body to the ground, it's then not a catch. So, in my opinion, the Jesse James ruling is wrong. Jesse James caught the football. He was diving, laying out because he wasn't in the middle of the field. He wasn't at midfield. He wasn't at the 40. He was down near the goal line, stretching out, trying to make sure he was going to get a touchdown, makes the catch, goes for the plane to break the plane, does that. You see slight movement, but the ball's in his hands as it touches the ground. It's in his possession as he touches the ground. I don't understand how they were able to go back, look at that play, and say definitively that that was not a catch. The eye test does not work in the NFL. Clearly, not anymore. So now what I want to do for you guys and gals is I want to set up a little demonstration for you, which by the NFL's rules is a catch and is not a catch. This is a catch. That's a catch. I held on to it. I have possession of the football. This is not a catch. I dropped it. That's incomplete. That's not a catch. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. How about this one? Oh, I've got it. Oh, the ball moved in my possession, but I still have it. It's moving, but I maintain possession of the football. That's a catch. Plain and simple, that's a freaking catch. But the NFL these days wants to corrupt your mind. They want you to believe what they say in their rules, and then when they come out on the field and make a different ruling, they want you to then believe that instead. They are ruining us. That's the problem. We no longer know what on earth a catch is or is not. That's the problem. That is the entire problem. Jesse James may have had the ball move in his possession slightly, but it did not drop out of his hands. He kept the ball in his possession the entire time, in my opinion. He did not blatantly drop it. It did not blatantly hit the ground and pop back up into his hands. Jesse James held possession of that football the entire time. And another important note, was not touched and broke the plane in the process of doing this. The Pittsburgh Steelers had a touchdown taken off the board, and that was wrong. Another interesting point, a game that went on earlier that day. The Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. There was a play in that game on a throw to, I believe, Demetrius Byrd from Cam Newton. Byrd catches the ball in the back of the end zone, bobbles it, loses it, catches it again, falls to the ground. They say on the field, incomplete. When he catches it the first time, looks to be in bounds. When he gets full control the second time, looks to have both butt cheeks, at least one butt cheek, out of bounds on the white. They come back and say, after ruling on the field incomplete, they come back, overrule that, and say it's a touchdown. Now, okay, I could maybe see as if he caught it the first time, not counting the bobble, that's a touchdown. But he catches it, loses it, gets it back, and once he finally then comes down, he comes down partially out of bounds. I don't know how that can then be called a catch, and what Jesse James's play happened, what happened there, is not called a catch. That's the problem. The NFL is screwing up. They're not being consistent. And we have replay. We have replay so that we have consistency. We have replay so that we're getting all the calls right. We're not. We're still not getting all the calls right. I mean, I'm half joking about this, but it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic in the NFL on the fact that they cannot figure out for us so that we, the fans, know what a catch is. So many times, I mean, Des Bryant against the Packers in the playoffs. I mean, the Bears and the Lions 2 years ago. There's so many plays where we think we know it. We've got it. The eye test has won again. But no, replay then shows the eye test has lost again. We're wrong. We're wrong again. And the NFL is really screwing up for us. If they called in that Packer-Panther game, if they called that to be a touchdown, that play that I just mentioned moments ago, and they overturn Jesse James's touchdown on the field, that's wrong. Jesse James is unable to get the benefit of the doubt, but Byrd for the Panthers is. What's the difference? What's the difference? That's the question that remains out there. That right now, it's not answered. It doesn't look like it's going to be answered. You have people like Bill Belichick, Eli Manning, saying the rule's very clear. I agree with both of you. The rule is very clear on paper. Put it into practice, and the waters get a little muddy. And that's what I think this week, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And again, I just don't know. What is a catch? Hopefully one of these days we're able to figure it out, and the NFL will figure it out for us. Because right now, I don't think it's us that's on the side of wondering, what's a catch? What? The NFL needs to figure it out. They really do. Big problem right now. They definitely need to get it together. So again, thank you so much everybody for watching. Make sure you tune in next week. It is going to be a fun episode on That's What I Think, going with some of my favorite things I loved in 2017 and things I hated in 2017. Make sure you tune in for that one next week, same time, same place, Wednesday, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. So long.